Hey everyone, this is Damien from DSLRnerd.com. I'm doing a quick unedited video today with my iPhone just to kind of get this done. As you all might know, my close followers, that I'm back to being Mr. Nanny at home with my daughter, so don't have a lot of time to go downstairs and shoot this video, so I wanted to just kind of get something together real quick. So this is my wife's Canon XSI with a 18 to 200 millimeter f 3.5 to 5.6 image stabilized lens, and one of my viewers just picked up a new camera. I think it was a 60D, and he got the 18 to 135 lens, kit lens, with his Canon, and didn't know how to use it. So I thought I'd just kind of do this quick video for him, as this is a similar lens. So there's basically, you have a autofocus and manual focus button. You've got the image stabilization button to turn on and off. What you don't have back over here below here is a little lock button. Now these lenses can suffer a bit of what I call, or what is called, lens creep. When the lock is off, as you can see, the lens comes out there. But if you don't have a lock, you can kind of walk around and shake a little bit as you're walking through, say, a museum or whatnot, and your lens will kind of come out on its own, and that's called lens creep. What I would like to pick up is you can buy these rings, and I'll link it on my post. These rings that go around the lens to kind of hold this a little tighter, so that you don't really get that kind of lens creep. I will pick one up and review it at some point, but I'll link it in my post. If whether you've got the 18 to 55 or the 18 to 135 or the 18 to 200, as this is, these are sharper at the 18 millimeter end. They get a little soft when you get out to 135 and 200, but it's what they call a kit lens. It's what many people get with their camera, and what many people turns out to be the only lens they get with their camera. A quick operation here: when your camera's on, like so, you want to put it on autofocus, and so then on this XSI you would hit the set button to turn on your live view. So got a nice little autofocus there. If you want to do manual focus, these are not USM lenses, which mean many of the USM lenses, although not all of them, I discovered, you can just come up here and start turning the manual focus, and finally the air kicked off. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. You have to switch these to manual focus in order to turn your focus ring, or else you'll damage the gears inside. See, that doesn't turn. If you try to force it, it'll turn a little bit, but it's really not good for the motor. So you want that on manual focus when you go to turn that for manual focus. And you want it on autofocus then for your autofocus. Image stabilization is a great thing, especially if you don't have a lot of light. These lenses don't capture a ton of light, so you want that on for most of the time. The only time you really want to turn it off is if you're on a tripod and you're recording video on your camera. You don't want this making any noise to be picked up by the camera. So hopefully that satisfies the question about the guy who bought a 60D and has a 18 to 135 lens. You can of course get lens hoods for these. I've got an extra one around somewhere. I'm not in a box somewhere. I think in the basement I have an extra hood for this. You can, as far as protection, you can get a UV or clear filter for this, but don't go cheap, because you're adding an extra element of glass that degrades the picture. I am pretty much, unless I'm shooting on a beach on a windy day, or I'm going to be outside in a little bit of rain shooting, I don't use any kind of protection filters on the end of my lenses these days. I just buy lens hoods, and that's enough for me to protect the lens, and then you don't add an extra bit of glass to degrade your image. All right, so that's just a little quick recap of the 18 to 200 kit lens, which is pretty much the same as the 18 to 135 and the 18 to 55. Although this 18 to 200 has a lock button, which will lock, and then you can't get the lens out, and it doesn't come out by itself, which is kind of nice. The 18 to 55, 18 to 135, and 18 to 200, the STM lenses, which have silent autofocus. I'd like to hear from you guys to see if there's as much lens creep as this one has. That would be good to hear. I haven't had a chance to use one yet. I will probably get one when I get a 70D. I'll pick up the 18 to 55 STM. All right, this has been Damien for DSLR Nerd, and as always, thanks for watching.